for mathematical analysis of recursive algorithms. Okay. Today we'll go for mathematical analysis of recursive algorithms. Right. So today we'll study about the mathematical analysis of recursive algorithms. So same as we have seen a general plan for mathematical analysis of non-recursive algorithms. So here also we will follow some general set of steps to analyze mathematically or to calculate the efficiency of the algorithm. Okay. So what are those? We'll see. Okay. So here first we'll follow the general plan for analyzing the recursive algorithms. Okay. So what is the first step we are having in non-recursive algorithms? It is the same here also. That is decide on a parameter. Okay. Decide on a parameter. So what is this parameter? Usually n, that is input size. Okay. Decide on a parameter. So that is n. So once we decide on an input size, then we'll go to identify. Okay. Then we'll go to identify the basic operation. Identify the basic operation. Identify the algorithm's basic operation. Once we identify the algorithm basic operation, so what is the next step? Check whether the number of times the basic operation is executed. Check how many times the basic operation is executed. Check the number of times the basic operation executed. Okay. Suppose if it depends on n, suppose this the number of times the basic operation executed, if it depends on n, means it varies. If it varies for different inputs, then we should calculate or we should analyze the worst case, average case, and best case separately. Okay. So what is the third point says? Check the number of times the basic operation is executed. So if that depends on n, that is if that the number of times varies depending on the size of the input, then we should analyze worst case, average case, and the best case separately. Is it clear? Now once we analyze this, then what is the fourth step says? So build a recurrence relation with an appropriate initial condition. So this is a different step compared with the previous, that is non-recursive algorithms. So build or construct or form, build a recurrence relation. Okay. Build a recurrence relation with an appropriate initial condition. Okay. So we should build the recurrence relation with an appropriate initial condition, means it includes initial condition as well as the number of times the basic operation is executed. Okay. Next, finally, we'll solve the recurrence relation. Finally, solve the recurrence relation. Okay. So I will take it as RR. Finally, solve the recurrence relation. Okay. So this is what the general plan we will follow to analyze the efficiency of recursive algorithms. Okay. So what is that says? Decide on a parameter. Usually it is a n, that is the input size. Usually it is a n, that is input size. Next, identify the basic operation. Identify the basic operation. Once we identify the basic operation, then we'll go to check the number of times the basic operation is executed. So we will check. So if the number of times this is executed depends on n, then we should calculate the worst, average, and best cases separately. Okay. Next, the fourth step says build a recurrence relation. So it includes this number of times the basic operation is executed. Okay, including the constant time also it will take. So we'll build a recurrence relation. Whereas in case of non-recursive algorithms, so here, so we are building some expression. I hope you remember that one. So we are building the sum expression. So here we will build the recurrence relation. Next, once it is finished, then we'll go to solve the recurrence relation. Okay. So if not, at least we'll try to find the order of growth. Okay. So if we cannot solve this recurrence relation completely, then at least we'll try to find the order of growth. Okay, order of growth. Right? Here, is there any confusion with this general plan? So this is what the general plan for analyzing the time efficiency of recursive algorithms. Here, kindly respond, please. So the question will come. Write the general plan for analyzing the time efficiency of recursive algorithms. Or write the general plan for mathematical analysis of recursive algorithms. So always here, first as it is, we will decide on a parameter, that is the input size. Next, we'll identify the basic operation. Next, we'll identify the number of times the basic operation is executed. Suppose if it varies from execution to execution, that means it depends on the n. Then we'll calculate, or then we'll analyze worst case, average case, and the best case separately. Then we'll build the recurrence relation. Then we'll solve that particular recurrence relation. Is it clear? Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. Okay. Next, we'll take one example. So let me take one example here. Okay. So let us take one example. So what is the example we can take? So void. Let me take a print of int n. I am just trying to print n natural numbers. Okay. So if n is greater than 0, if n is greater than 0, then we'll just try to print n, and again we'll call this same print of n minus 1, right? Print of n minus 1. Okay, print of n minus 1. See here, we are having recursive function. Okay, you can just see. So print is a function we are having. Again, here also I'm having a function called as print. So from within that, it is calling that one, right? You can just see here. Within this, it is calling this one. So it is a recursive algorithm. Here, is there any doubt? Kindly respond, please. Is it a recursive algorithm we are having? Is it a recursive function we are having? Kindly respond, please.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, so how to solve this one? Let me take how to solve this one. Initially, let me take n is equals to some 3. Okay. Let me take initially n is equals to 3. So how to solve this one? Let me build a tree for this one. So that it takes a print of 3, right? So here print of 3. right? So print of 3. What is this 3? 3 is a n. So the same I am taking, print of 3. Okay. Now here you just see, it will check if n is greater than 0. If n is greater than 0, what it will do? It will go here, right? It will print 3. It will print 3, right? Next it is calling print of n minus 1. Next it is calling print of n minus 1. So it is, next it is calling print of n minus 1 means 2. Right, it is calling print of n minus 1. So it is calling print of 2 again. So again it will call this one same, right? So again when we execute this one, what we will get? So it will print 2. So again it will call print of 1, right? Yes or no? So again next when we execute this, what we will get? Again it will print 1. Again it will print 1. Again it will call print of 0, right? Again it will call print of 0. Now when we call this print of 0, so here the condition becomes fail, right? If 0 is greater than 0, no. So here it will stop the execution. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. Give attention. So if you understand simple problems, then automatically you can calculate or you can analyze the time complexity of any recursive algorithm. Okay. So here, so we are executing this recursive algorithm for n is equals to 3. For n is equals to 3. Okay. So here n is 3 and basic operation is printing. Right. So here the basic operation is printing. So each time it is printing and it is calling the recursive function, right? So print of n minus 1. So when we are executing this with respect to 3, so it will print 3 and it is calling print of n minus 1, right? So it is 2. Next time when it executes this one, so it is 2 and print of 1. So when it becomes 0, the condition becomes fail. So it will stop the execution, right? It will stop the execution. Now here, how many times it is making a call? You just see, so it is making 1, 2, 3 times it is calling. Okay, 3 times print statement is executing. 3 times print statement is executing, and 1, 2, just see 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And 4. So recursive statement is executing 1. So here it is executing one more time. So here it is executing and here it is executing. So recursive call is executing 4 times, right? This is recursive call. So it is executing 4 times. So when n is equals to 3, so it is executing 4. So means n plus 1 times. N plus 1 times the call is getting executing, right? So it is nothing but the order of n. Is it clear? Just to see. So even though we are having this print statement 3 times it is executing, whereas this function call is happening 4 times. Function call is happening 4 times. So here when n is equals to 3, so it is 4 means automatically it is n plus 1 times it is calling. So n plus 1 means it is when we go for the order of growth, so it is order of n, right? So here order of n. Suppose if you are having this n square plus 2n plus 1, then the order of growth will be n square. Kindly remember this one. The highest order we will take. Okay, the highest order we will take. Is it clear?
Yes.
So here, since we are having n plus 1, so the highest order we are having n. So it is, we are taking order of n. Okay, order of n. So this is what the time taken by this particular recursive algorithm to print n elements. So this is with respect to tree, recursive tree we are solving. Let me check whether we will get the same when we solve by using the, okay. So let me check whether we will get the same. Here you kindly remember this, we are getting n plus 1 calls when we trace this one. Okay, n plus 1 calls we are getting when we trace this one, right? Okay, here now. So let me check this with respect to recursion. Okay, so I will erase this. Okay, now just see here, if n is equals to, okay, so if n is equals to 0, if n is equals to 0, what we are doing, if n is equals to 0, if n is equals to 0, what we are doing, we are not executing anything here, right? If n is greater than 0, if n is 0 means 0 is greater than 0, no, we are not executing anything, so directly we are coming out of the loop, right? We are coming out of the loop. So in time complexity, if n is equals to 0, we cannot take it as a 0, we will take some constant value 1. Okay, some constant value we will take it as 1, or if you want you can take it as c. Is it clear? Okay, now if n is greater than 0, if n is greater than 0, okay, if n is greater than 0, how much time it is taking, how much time it is taking. So previously how much time it was taking, you just see. So this will call n minus 1 times, this will call n minus 1 times, right? This will call n minus 1 times plus this one 1, so it is n minus 1 plus 1 time, right? So this is n minus 1 plus 1 time. See, don't confuse here, this print is a recursive call and this printf is as usual print statement. Okay, here. So if you are confusing, we can take a different name. What we can take, let me take a display. Okay, let me take display, right? So here, so how many times it is executing, if n is greater than 0, if n is greater than 0, right? How many times it will call, it will call n minus 1 times plus 1. Okay, so n minus 1 time plus 1. So how to build recurrence relation now? Okay, so how to build recurrence relation, just see here. So we decided on input size n, so n is 3. Okay, next we decide on the basic operation, we will decide on a basic operation here. So here the basic operation is the function call, each and every time this will be calling this one, right? So now we will build a recurrence relation as, so total time taken is equals to t of n is equals to, t of n is equals to, total time means it is a sum of t of n will be same as, it is a sum of t of n minus 1 plus 1, right? That plus 1 means that is n. Yes or no? So that is what here we are having, right? So here we are having display of n minus 1 times. Again what it is? Again it is sum of n minus 2 plus 1, right? So that is what we are writing here, recurrence relation. So when we are writing recurrence relation, so it is t of n minus 1 plus 1 if n is greater than 0. Clear? The same thing we are writing here. If n is greater than 0, so we are taking the time as n minus 1 plus 1. N minus 1 plus 1. Okay. Now, what if n is equals to 0? If n is equals to 0, then some constant time we are taking. That is what this one I am writing here. Clear? Is it clear? So this is the recurrence relation we got. Is there any doubt how we got this one? Kindly respond, please. Kindly respond, please.
No doubt.
Kindly respond, please. See, it is same as I will put it in simple terms. If you are having like here, so here display of n is there, and inside that you are calling again display of n minus 1. So I will put it in simple terms. So for this I will make n minus 1 calls. Okay. For this I will make n minus 1 calls plus 1 call for n. Okay. Plus 1 call for n. It is nothing but n minus 1 plus 1. That is the total amount of time we are taking. Am I clear? Okay. This n minus 1 for this one plus 1 is for this n. Okay. Plus 1 call I will make it as I will make for n, and n minus 1 calls I will make for display of n minus 1. So hence the total it is becoming n minus 1 plus 1. Am I clear? Kindly respond, please. If you are not responding, what I can understand. Huh? No answer. Whether you are attentive in a class or you switched on your mobile and you gone somewhere. But this also no answer. It is just a one-sided talk. Huh? Yes, I want the reply. I want the reply.
Understood.
What about the others? You are not following?
No doubt, sir.
Huh? See, we are going according to this general plan only. We are going according to the general plan. So in this, what is this? First we decided on n. Then we identified the basic operation. So each time it is printing and it is again calling the same recursive function, right? Next, so we are finding the number of times it is executing. So it is executing n minus 1 times for n minus 1 and 1 time for n. So it is becoming n minus 1 plus 1. Okay. So next we build the recursive relation as t of n is equals to 1 for n is greater n is equals to 0, and t of this n minus 1, it is n minus 1 plus 1. So this becomes the sum of this one. Okay, that is this one. Very simple. So here it is, see, for n minus 1 times it is calling this one, and it is becoming sum of this. Okay, I hope there is no doubt how we got this recurrence relation. Once we are done with this, then we'll go to solve this recurrence relation. That is fourth step. Solve the recurrence relation. Fourth step is build a recurrence relation. So we build recurrence relation. Okay. So the total time is, if n is equals to 0, it is taking some constant time. If n is greater than 0, then it is taking t of n minus 1 plus 1. So how we got this? So it is making n minus 1 calls here. It is making n minus 1 calls here plus 1 call for n. So hence it is becoming n minus 1 plus 1. Okay. Here, now we'll go to solve this t of n minus 1 plus 1 by backward substitution method. Okay. So we'll take this. Now we'll go to solve this one. Kindly observe here how we are going to apply the backward substitution method to solve this one. So t of n is equals to t of n minus 1 plus 1 we are having. The same, whatever here we are having, that one we are writing here. Okay. So we'll just solve this one. Okay. We'll just solve this one. So by backward substitution, backward substitution. Okay. By backward substitution, we'll solve this one. Okay. So what in place, you just observe here, in place of n, we are writing n minus 1. Okay. In place of n, we are writing n minus 1. Am I clear? So t of n is equals to t of n is, you just see here how to write n, how to apply backward substitution. So we are having t of n minus 1 plus 1. So backward substitution means you write in place of n. Okay. In place of n, we are writing n minus 1. Similarly, in place of n minus 1, you write, in place of n, you write this n minus 1. So what happens? So in place of n, we are writing n minus 1. So this n, we are writing n minus 1, and this minus 1 will be as it is, and this plus 1 will be as it is. Okay. So this minus 1 is as it is. In place of n, I am writing n minus 1. So if I solve this one, what happens? So n minus 1 is minus 2 plus 1. So this is what we are getting. Am I clear? Backward substitution method. Is it clear how we are writing this, sir? Kindly respond, please.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So very simple. In place of n, we are writing n minus 1. Similarly, here in place of n, we are writing n minus 1, and this minus 1 will be as it is, and this plus 1 will be as it is. So minus 1, n minus 2 plus 1. That is what we are getting here. Okay. So that we will write here. So that is t of n minus 2 plus 1 as it is, which is there here. Clear? Is it clear? So here t of n minus 2 plus 1 is there. So the space is not sufficient for me. So we'll erase this. Okay. So what is this? What is t of n minus 1? T of n minus 1 is n minus 2 plus 1. Right? So it is t of n minus 2 plus 1, and this plus 1 will be as it is. Is it clear how we got this? This t of n minus 2 plus 1 is, when we apply this backward substitution, we are getting this one, and this one. Okay. And this one, directly we are bringing the previous value, and this is this one. Am I clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now again, if I apply backward substitution here, Again, if I apply backward substitution, means again replace n by n minus 1. So what we will get? N minus 1. So this minus 2 will be as it is, and this plus 1 will be as it is, right? So what will get? N minus 3 plus 1. Is it clear? Kindly respond, please. So here what we will get? So if I solve this, so what we will get? So T of n minus 2 plus 1 means plus 2, right? Now for n minus 2 we are getting n minus 3 plus 1. Am I correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here for T of n minus 2 we are getting n minus 3. So it is n minus 3 plus 1 plus 2 as it is. Okay. So it is plus 1, right? So T of n minus 3 plus 1 we are getting for T of n minus 2, and this plus 2 is we are getting as it is. So when if we solve this one, what we will get? What we will get here? T of n minus 3 plus 3, right? Is it correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this will continue for k times. If I continue for k times, you just see when it is 3, we are getting n minus 3 plus 3. So if it is k means what we will get here?
T of n minus k plus k.
Very good. So T of n minus k plus k times we are getting, right? So we are getting T of n minus k plus k. Is there any doubt how we got this n minus k plus k? Okay. Now somewhere we should reach this n minus k to 0, right? So we are going from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So somewhere we are going from n minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Somewhere we should go to 0, right? Somewhere we should go for 0. So let us assume n minus k is equals to 0. Okay. Let us assume n minus k is equals to 0. So if I assume n minus k is equals to 0, then n will be equals to k. Is there any doubt how we got this one? Kindly respond, please.
No, sir.
Okay. So here what we will write? We will assume. So n minus k is equals to 0. We'll assume n minus k is equals to 0. So therefore, n is equals to k. Right? Now you substitute this. Substitute this in this one. What we will get?
0.
So if I substitute this, so what will get? T of n minus, in place of k, I will substitute n, right? Plus n. Yes or no? So we will get T of n minus n is 0 plus n. Am I correct?
Sir.
Now you just see what is this T of 0. What is this T of 0? You will just go back to recurrence relation. So here if n is 0, if n is a 0, so what is value we are having?
1.
1. So you substitute that. You substitute that here. So if n is 0, so we are getting 1. We are getting 1 plus this n as it is. Right? So what we got here? 1 plus n, is it same as n plus 1? So what is the order we are having here? What is the
N.
order we are having?
N.
So it is total amount of time we are having. So n plus 1, right? N plus 1. You just go back. This is one method. You just go and check with the previous method. In this method, what we are getting? In this method, what we are getting? What we are getting? I told, remember this one.
N plus 1 call.
N plus 1 calls. See, if n is equals to 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 calls we are getting. It is nothing but n plus 1 calls, right? So in this method, that is with the traversing tree method also we are getting n plus 1 calls, that is order of n. With this also we are getting n plus 1 calls, order of n. Okay, so in examination you should solve by using this one. Am I clear? Is it clear how to build the recurrence relation? How to build the recurrence relation? It is very simple. So here we are having one display function of n. So here we are having one display function n is there. So inside that we are calling again display function of n minus 1. Okay. So it is nothing but the total amount of time is equals to, so it is taking 1 time and it is taking n minus 1 times. So the total amount of time it is taking n minus 1 plus 1. So this is how we are getting T of n is equals to n minus 1 plus 1 if n is greater than 0. Is it clear? Is it clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir.
If n is equals to 0, if n is equals to 0, then this will not call this one. If n is equals to 0, then it will not call this one, right? So it will call only 1 time. Okay. While analyzing this time complexity, we will not take it as 0. So hence we will take some constant value. Okay. So hence this is how we will build the recurrence relation. So T of n is equals to n minus 1 plus 1 if n is greater than 0 and 1 if n is equals to 0. Later, after that, we solved this recurrence relation. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.